We are waiting for them to come. Anyway, of course, the police can go about harassing and abducting people unsuspectingly, so to speak. But one day their luck will run out. All of them, their luck will run out very soon. If you're in doubt, ask them in Enugu and they will tell you. And we're not going to stop. This flag has been raised. The dragon flag has been raised and will never come down. It is not my duty to tell you what is happening. Let the enemies tell you what is happening to them. Both those within and without. As a movement, I am telling you this Wednesday evening or Thursday morning, as the case may be, for those of you in Australia, in Japan, and that part of the world, that we must maintain our discipline. Discipline is key. Discipline is key because our enemies are going to come with all manner of devices to detract us, to get us to feel important even though we are not important. Our enemies are going to do everything they can within their powers. They will use financial inducement. They will try to boost your ego when even they know that you are nobody, you are nothing, to get you to try to serve their purpose and to serve their cause. You must resist such temptation. And I will tell you why, with good reason this evening. Remember Avengers, our brave brothers Avengers who were doing marvelously well. Do you know what happened to the leadership of Avengers? They killed almost all of them. Because of Akpilogologo, because of long throat, they want money. They say, oh, come, let us negotiate. The commanders of Avengers will go to that very meeting. On their way back, they will be taken out by snipers, one after the other. That was how they destroyed Avengers, because they abandoned the freedom we were all pursuing to consider financial payment. Any day our mind goes to financial inducement or financial payment, we are finished. Why am I saying what I'm saying? Remember Ken Serewiwa. They gave him money, abandoned property in Iguacha. In the end, they killed him. The same zoo, Nigeria, killed him. The latest one that they have killed, his name is Gana. He's from Benue. He is TV, and you need to understand his story very, very well. Do you know that he was working for the Fulani Janjaweed? Until the same people that he was working for got to his village. As soon as they got to his village, he realized his mistakes, and he's now started fighting the Fulani. And they arranged amnesty for him. On his way to go and collect the amnesty money, he was killed by Fulani soldiers. The same thing they did to our people in Avengers. The same thing they did to Adakaboro. The same thing they did to Cancer Wiwa. Anytime, people must, anytime that devil, that spirit of Judas goes inside you and you think you're working with them, they will tell you, oh, don't worry, can't you see, oh, this Okalu, is he not doing very well? He's our boy, we groomed him, he's working for us. Can't you see hope on him? You think you're like them. You must remain like them. Any day Ojus Okalo rises up to say, I am fighting for the interest of my people, of course we know he will never do that. That's the same day they will kill him. That's the way they operate. So I am warning all of you that they have been romancing for a while now. Some of you idiots that your brains are expanding, talking rubbish as usual. Your days are numbered and your days are up. And tonight you will know it. A typical saboteur will always die at the hands of the Janjaweed. This man called Gana wanted 1 billion. In fact, post his video. Do you know that this man was so precious to Fulani conquest of the Middle Belt that Channels Television interviewed him?
The fire soldiers started to threaten on me. Then I followed those Fulani and go with them. Then they lead me to Niger. After to Niger, they lead me to Cameroon. After Cameroon, they lead me back to Nigeria. Then started saying that they have clashes in Nigeria about 3 states that they want to. They have about 4 states that they want to collect they
want to capture you.
They want to capture, being Plateau, Taraba, Benue, and Nasarawa. But those malam that I was doing something with them, they say they blocked people that can choose to sponsor this state or this state or this state. So the one that call me choose to sponsor at Taraba. We should capture Taraba state. Then when I go to finalize the connection that they will give me before the fight we start, I tell them that they should give me 1 billion. Those people say that the money is too much. They started to bargain the money with me. They give me 50 million. And I say 50 million is too small. They should give me at least 750 million so that the Taraba state have a Dabarak, have many security inside. So they should give me the money so that with the security we can make understand with them and know how the fight will go on. So those people say that the price is too much. Then give me 350 million. Then me, I refuse to fight on 350 million. Then
did you collect the money?
No. When I refused, they didn't give me because the money that they said they will give me 350 million was too small to fight against the Taraba state.
You know, channels is working for them the same way that Facebook is working for the Janjaweed. Are you aware of that? Some of you are aware of that. Do you know that Channels Television actually interviewed this man? They claim he's a wanted criminal. Are you aware of that? Are you aware of that? No, you're not. But he was interviewed. And I want that very interview to be posted on my page for all of you to see. That is if Facebook will allow it to be posted. For all of you to see what happens to every saboteur. I want our people to understand this. You think you're doing very well. Oh, I'm going to make money for myself and my family, and I may even make a name in the process. This is what happens to every saboteur. This man was helping the Fulani Janjaweed, the Caliphate Mietiala, to conquer other villages in the Middle Belt until they got to his own village. He now said, oh my God, I never knew this was going to happen to us. He now rose up to challenge. He became a militia leader to challenge the Fulani. And they said, oh, don't worry, come for that 1 billion we promised you. He went to go and collect the 1 billion and he was killed. Check it everywhere. Once you are a saboteur, you must remain a saboteur for life. Any day you rise up to say, I am going to fight for my people, that day you are dead. That's something you need to understand. And you must learn from him. And now, let me tell you the most, should I say, wicked and evil part of this whole thing. One thing even our journalists don't understand. One thing I want to make our judges, Biafran judges in high courts in Biafra land, all the police officers in Biafra land who are Biafrans, there is something all of you will need to understand, including the journalists and the newspaper editors. Do you know that foreign, should I say I call them foreign because I'm not from the zoo, do you know that Daily Trust is part of the Fulani Janjaweed agenda? Do you know that the Premium Times is part of it? Of course, they have bought over some Yoruba newspapers as well. Those of them that have, you know, Islamic, should I say, leaning, like Punch. Are you aware that all of these people are working for the same devil? Are you aware of it? This evening I will tell you. Do you know that when this Gana was working for the Fulani people, when this Gana was going about, his name is actually Tewase Akwaza. When you say Gana, they may say, but he's a Fulani. He is not. His name is Tewase Akwaza. He is a TV man. The same thing like Go On. Just imagine Go On. Look at what they did to T.Y. Danjuma. The day T.Y. Danjuma rose up to say, oh, my people are dying. You saw the way they rubbished him. using Premium Times. Premium Times, a Fulani publication, announced the death of Tewase Akwaza alias Gana. That's what they call him. They tagged him the most wanted criminal in Benue State, because they have now used him and discarded him. He is now the most wanted criminal in Benue State. When he was working for them, nobody knew about him, apart from the interview with Channels Television. Today, he has risen up to say, my people are dying. Let me fight for them. They have killed him. He is now a most wanted criminal. They sent Army Special Forces Command to go and kill him. Now, I want to ask Zoo people a very simple question. How many times have you heard that the army laid siege for a Fulani bandit? How many times? I'm asking you. How many times have you in your life heard that a siege was laid for or an ambush for a Fulani terrorist bandit? When? But once you are from another side, anything they like, they can do to you. It doesn't really matter. Of course, BBC, but the arch traitors we have within, who doesn't know that? Now, let me tell you something. In 2015, amnesty, the same amnesty, this amnesty rubbish, the same amnesty was granted. They said to 500 persons, including Ghana, that were terrorizing parts of Benue and Taraba, working for Fulani Janjaweed against his own people, until they got to his village. That is what I keep saying to every Sabo. Sabo, this Janjaweed you're defending by fighting IPOB, of course, not that what they're doing has any effect on our work, not at all. Or any impact, so to speak, not at all. One day they will get to your village. Do you know that some politicians are feigning ignorance? They are saying they cannot see what Fulani Janjaweed is doing in our land. Are you aware of that? These are the things I want the world to understand this evening. And let us go back to and hear what other people said. Nation newspaper referred to him as a militia. As a militia. That was his job. That was what he was doing for the Fulani. Until he turned against them and they invited him to come and take money. Longer truth. He wanted to go and collect money, and in the process he was killed by Fulani soldiers. They lay ambush and they killed him. He was a dreaded militia leader. Tewase Akwaza alias Gana. Now listen. Do you know what people don't understand? He and 172 other people were invited by Governor Autumn, the governor of Benue State. Come, let us discuss. Amnesty, come and take money. He was going to see the governor. The Fulani army did not allow him to go and meet Governor Autumn. Before he could get to the government house, he was killed by Fulani soldiers that did not want him to reveal to the governor of Benue State what he knew about the operations of Mieti Yala terrorists in the Middle Belt. Do you see the way they roll? This is a warning. I want to let Sabotua know. Every Sabo, both high and mighty and the low one, this is what awaits. This is the fate that awaits each and every one of you. He was fighting against his people. They said, go and meet the governor. With 172 other people, they lay ambush for him and they killed him. The same thing they did to every notable commander of the Avengers. Our people and money. When you are fighting for freedom, it has nothing to do with money. Conviction, dedication, application, and discipline. Which is what we seem to be lacking. And today he is dead, killed by the Janjaweed that he was serving. If this is not a lesson to our people, I don't know what else could move them to change from their evil ways. I want it published on my page, the interview with Channels TV. If this man is a very wanted criminal, how can Channels TV be interviewing him? That is what I say about people who are deaf and people who are blind, who can no longer reason. The same nonsense that happened to Avengers, that led to the decimation of Avengers, happened today, or should I say yesterday, in Benue State. That is the life of saboteurs. That is how they always end up.